Hey guys, I'm Tom the Tech Chap, and I'm about to unbox the world's lightest laptop. Well, lightest 15.6-inch laptop. Actually, even that's not strictly true, because this is the 2018 LG Gram, which, believe it or not, is in fact about 20 grams heavier, 20 whole grams heavier than last year's model. I have not used it yet, I've not even taken it out of the box, so I want to do a bit of an unboxing video for you guys and give you my first impressions and tell you what's new, show you around the new 2018 LG Gram. So, first things first. So, let's get straight in there. As you can see, there is a laptop. They weren't lying. But before we get to that, let me see what else we have in the box. So, power and an Ethernet to USB-C adapter. Fair enough, cool. But now for the good bit. Let's get this laptop out of the box. That's ridiculous. It feels like it's missing the battery or something. This is a 15.6-inch laptop. That's crazy. Right, before we even open this up, if you watch my videos, my channel, you know that I use, here's one I made earlier, the XPS 15 as my main everyday laptop. They're both 15.6-inch laptops. Both have the same screen size. This is 1.1 kilogram. This is 2. It's nearly twice the weight, and you can really feel that. This is the best bit whenever I get a new product. It's taking that plastic off. Something so satisfying about it. Weird. Now that is really interesting, actually. Not just because it's super light, but the material, it feels, well, it doesn't feel like any other laptop I've used before. I think that's because most laptops use a metal or an aluminium chassis. This uses what I believe LG call a nano magnesium alloy or something, nano magnesium something. Let's open this up and have a look. So 15, yep, 15-inch. This does come in 13, 14, and 15.6-inch sizes. So this is the biggest and therefore relatively the heaviest. There's nothing else quite like this in this size and weight, which is ridiculous. If you look at the screen, you can see that it does flex quite easily. That's not to say it's not durable or it won't last. LG does say in its marketing material that it's passed some quite high-level durability tests. That's something obviously I'll look at in the full review. Now this is a retail model of the LG Gram. It's straight from Amazon.com. And it turns out it didn't actually have any battery in it. So I've been charging it for half an hour, and I also set up Windows, got all that boring stuff out of the way. So now we can jump straight into the desktop. But before we do, let me show you the new fingerprint reader, which is built in to the home button. Quick press of my finger takes 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds. Really easy to get to the desktop. Don't have to use your password. A much quicker way of signing in. So the first thing you'll probably notice is, well, my face. You can just about see me in this glossy screen. We've got the same full HD 15.6-inch glossy touchscreen as last year's model, the same here. There's not much really that's changed in terms of the screen. I do like that it's a touchscreen. It feels really responsive and nice to use. Although, as you can see, as I poke and prod the screen, it does shake the screen a little bit. We've got a fair bit of screen wobble here, which is surprising given that this isn't like a hybrid 360. There's no 360 hinge here, so it is a traditional clamshell laptop, but still got a bit of a shaky screen there. But that's not the end of the world. So there's quite a lot that's new here. Firstly, and I think most importantly, is a spec bump. This comes running the latest 8th generation processors. So in this one, we've got an i7-8550U, 16 gigs of RAM, and incredibly a full terabyte of storage, SSD storage. But as you can see, we've actually got two 512GB SSDs, which adds up to give me a terabyte of storage. Why is 8th gen important? Well, essentially it means we get double the amount of processors. These are now quad-core as opposed to dual-core on last year's model. So Intel say we'll get up to 40% better performance with these chips. But as you can see, it still uses the integrated 620 graphics, so this isn't really a gaming machine. It'll be good enough for some light video and photo editing, but not really anything that's particularly graphically intensive. Or is it? This now supports Thunderbolt 3, which is great for things like outputting to a second monitor, but crucially it means you can plug in an external GPU, an external graphics card, which means we could get much better graphics performance on this. So because it's so lightweight, you could throw it in a backpack, use it as a travel laptop, but then you could bring it home, plug it into your eGPU, which you've got set up at home or at the office, and then you've got much better graphics performance with up to a GTX 1080, so that would be much better for high-end 4K video editing, and of course even gaming. It's got a 72 watt-hour battery cell, that's up from 60 on last year's model, and LG claim we'll get 16.5 hours out of this notebook, up from I think 12 last year, so quite a big upgrade in terms of battery life. Other little changes include the webcam, which is now on the top bezel. It was pretty much on the hinge on last year's model, so it looked up your nose, and the quality is actually really good. And there's your sneak peek behind how I film an unboxing video like this. So I have to say, first impressions are really good. It ticks pretty much all the boxes for a reasonably powerful, thin and light Ultrabook. The only issue is the price. This is an expensive laptop. It starts at about $1,250 for the i5 model with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, and it goes up to $2,000 for this model with the i7, 16 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte SSD. Do stay tuned for my full review coming very soon. I hope you enjoyed this little unboxing and first impressions. Click that like and subscribe button if you did. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on the Tech Chap.